Welcome to QE Auto. Today's demo will be about using the tire balancer. To start, we need to note that the tires must have all weights removed from previous laps, and also that the tire is inflated to 32 psi, which is our shop pressure. Our first step to mounting the tire on this machine is to use one of the three attachments here, using adapters, centering adapters, and those are used by testing it by placing the tapered end in and placing it into the rim. Now you want to make sure that these adapters fit perfectly into the center of the adapter. So it's not good if it's at the end of the adapter on either side, but it must be in the center. Once you know which adapter you need, place that adapter on the machine, tapered side out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to roll the tire over, and we're going to place the tire on as we would be attaching it onto a vehicle. Carefully holding it over top of that adapter, placing the basket on next, and then finally with the bar nut or the wheel nut. Tighten it up. Okay. Roll the tire over once and give it a good jolt and give the tire a little spin. We shouldn't see too much up and down motion or side to side motion. If you see that, you need to reset your tire. With the tire mounted securely onto the tire balancer, we first need to check the spacing of the rim to the machine using this guide right here. With the spacing from the tire to the machine, we need to register what number it is, and in this case, it's 76. So we put this back in, we're going to bring our attention over to the panel, and we are going to press our top blue button here that shows the symbol of an arrow to the rim. Pressing that, we're going to press in the number 76, which we have. Our next step is going to be using our caliper, that's found on the side of the machine, to measure the cross distance of our rim in the same location that we had the distance to the rim to the machine. And in this case, looking at the numbers, we're going to find that this is located in the 6.25 setting. So 6.25. Now that we know that, we are going to input that number by pressing our center blue button with the arrows pointing towards the rim cross distance. And we're going to type in 625. Our last measurement that we're going to enter in is our rim diameter, which is our last button, and that is found on the tire itself, on the sidewall, which you should know how to read. In this case, it is 15. Type in 15, and now we are going to spin the machine. By dropping the hood, it starts the wheel turning right away and will automatically stop, and the numbers of the weights that we need to put on will be displayed on our dashboard. As soon as the numbers are displayed, lift the hood up, and now we are going to find the positions for the different weights that we need on our machine. Once we know the weight numbers and the values of what we need to place them onto our table. So we need a 2.25 and a 0.75. Now that we know those values, we then need to look at the numbers that are here, and we see the weight values. So this would be for the inside of the tire. This one would be for the outside of the tire. These second values, you'll see the numbers start changing as I rotate that tire. Now what we want is we want it to reach at 0, and that is the position of where we need to put the weight on the top of the rim. So in this case, my 2.25, it's at 0, means that my inside is ready for its weight. Now, grabbing the 2.25 weight, I am going to carefully place it where I believe to be exact center of the top of the rim. Grab my weight hammer and carefully but solidly mount it to the tire. Then I'm going to adjust the outside weight with the 0, 75, and I'm going to just take a needle, look at where I believe that's centered to be, and carefully hammer that weight on as well. Now we can lower the hood and see how we did with our weights. As the machine is calibrating, it will tell us on the dashboard if any more weights need to be placed on or repositioned, or if we're good. So in this case, the weights are not in the correct position, so it's telling us that we need more weight. Now when we're putting weights on a tire to balance it, we cannot have more than one weight on either side. So what we would need to do in this point is use our hammer and use the back side of the hammer to remove the weights. Spin this around to show you. Okay, using the plier sides of the hammer, and we are going to remove the weight off. Okay, and we would do this on both sides. And then at that point we would respin it again with no weights on, hopefully get the same numbers, place those weights where we believe they need to be, and then respin until we do read 0 and 0 on either sides of the dashboard. That is when your lab is complete, is when the tire reads 0, 0. Thank you for watching.